This is sports handicapper Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review with your MLB overnight lines for the games on Friday, June 24th. Let's start with San Diego, Cincinnati in the National League for Friday, June 24. We've got another pitching matchup that could suggest we get some runs being scored in this game. We've got Cincinnati lefty Cody Reed on the mound for the Reds. He wasn't exactly great in his first ever start against Houston. He allowed 4 runs on 6 hits and 7 innings of work against the Astros, but a little bit of a concern for him in that start was he allowed 2 home runs. Could be a bit of a difficult transition for him with that propensity to allow the long ball, now returning home to Cincinnati in Great American Ballpark, a place where hitting home runs is a routine occurrence. So could be a little bit of a adjustment period, I guess you could say, for Cody Reed pitching here in Cincinnati. On the flip side, Colin Ray, an up and down, inconsistent arm for the San Diego Padres on the mound. He's had a lackluster season, a 5.06 road ERA. He's allowed at least 3 runs in 6 of his last 7 starts. The over is 6-2 in the Padres' last 8 games with Colin Ray on the mound, and the over is also 6-1 to the in the last 7 games overall for the San Diego Padres team. Total sitting at 9.5. Don't forget, both of these bullpens, the bottom third in Major League Baseball in ERA. So both of these bullpens have the chance to give up runs late. I'll look to that game to go over the total of 9.5. Let's continue on. The Houston Astros and the Kansas City Royals on Friday night, June 24th. Dallas Keuchel on the road, Dallas Keuchel on the road, Dallas Keuchel on the road. It's been a theme, not only this season, but years past for the Houston lefty, and it remains a problem for him this season as well. Dallas Keuchel pitching on the road. It continues to be a difficult proposition for him. 5.91 ERA for Keuchel away from home this season. His one start at Kauffman Stadium last year against this Kansas City team was not a very good one. 5 runs on 10 hits and 6 innings. Lost that game, did the Houston Astros. So again, Houston, not a team I want to trust with Keuchel on the road. Houston 5-10 with Keuchel on the mound this season, including 3-6 in his 9 road starts this year. So again, Houston having difficulty winning for Dallas Keuchel, which is something that is stunning still when you look at it, considering how dominant Keuchel was last season. But again, not the same Dallas Keuchel this season overall. But again, his road struggles, being a much worse pitcher on the road than he is at Minute Maid Park, those continuing here in the 2016 season. And Edinson Volquez just continues to quietly slide under the radar and get the job done for the Royals. I mean, we cashed a ticket with Edinson Volquez and the Royals in his last start against Detroit, which took place last weekend. He was solid in that outing, gave the Royals a chance to win, and their offense and their bullpen took over in the latter stages, and he's really pitched well at Kauffman Stadium. He's been a little bit vulnerable on the road, much like Dallas Keuchel, but here at Kauffman, Edinson Volquez, he's put the hammer down. He's been great. 2.61 ERA for Volquez this season here at home. Just a tremendous record. Kansas City 7-2 in Edinson Volquez's 9 home starts here at Kauffman Stadium this season. So they've been winning with him on the mound when he's pitched here in Kansas City. I'm really surprised Kansas City's a home underdog here. I really am. And I'm not sure that's at all warranted. I mean, the Royals have a 25-8 home record this year at Kauffman. And then you look at Houston, they continue to struggle to win consistently on the road. Just 15-21, 6 games below 500 are the Houston Astros on the road this season. I think the wrong team's favored here. I think the reputation of Dallas Keuchel is the reason why Houston's a road favorite here, and I don't think they deserve to be road favorites in this game. I think Kansas City's still the overall better team. I don't think there's that much of a starting pitching edge, if any, for Houston. Kansas City's certainly got the better bullpen, and they've been better at home and Houston's been worse on the road. So, I don't think it adds up to Kansas City being at this plus 109 underdog price at home as they are. So I've got no problem taking a stab here with the Royals, plus 109 at bookmaker Chris as a home underdog on Friday night, taking on the Houston Astros. All right, let's continue our look at Friday, June 24. Let's see. Moore and Gallardo, Tampa and Baltimore. Lean to that game over the total, but I'm going to stay away. Moore's been inconsistent, and don't be fooled by Giovanni Gallardo's return to the Baltimore rotation against Toronto. It's going to read a decent stat line. He was tightrope walking his way in and out of trouble throughout that entire game. There were a couple chances the Blue Jays had two guys on base. They had the bases loaded in one inning, had a chance to deliver that one big blow, that one big hit to really just crush Giovanni Gallardo. It didn't happen. He kept slithering his way like a little snake. Giovanni Gallardo out of trouble. I don't trust him yet whatsoever. We'll see how he does here against Tampa Bay, a weaker hitting lineup, but I lean to the over in that game. May or may not bet it, but that would be the way I'd lean. Does this Minnesota over trend continue on Friday night? Unbelievable. Cashed another over against the Phillies last night. Their game this afternoon on this Thursday against the Phillies has already flown over the total. Just an incredible run. We're now talking, what is it now? 16 1-1 in their last 18 games over the total, the Minnesota Twins. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Yeah, I am serious. It's the truth. We'll see if it can continue at Yankee Stadium when the Twins head there to face the Yankees. Tommy Milone is the Twins lefty on the mound. I don't trust this guy further than I can throw him. I mean, this guy's just been a mediocre up-and-down pitcher throughout his entire Minnesota Twins career, and even before that with Oakland. I mean, Tommy Milone's not a trustworthy arm in my mind. 6.39 ERA for him in 2 road starts this year, 9 runs on 11 hits and 12.2 innings on the road for Tommy Milone. 3 home runs allowed in 12 road innings. That's not good. Yankees, not easy to trust them against lefty pitching. Their lineup can be a little bit susceptible, but Tommy Milone, to me, not a quality lefty here for the Minnesota Twins. And on the flip side, Masahiro Tanaka on the mound. He's actually shown a little bit more vulnerability of late. He was just on an absolutely incredible roll, but, last few outings, he's been a little bit more hittable. Now, this is a quick turnaround for Tanaka and the Twins. He faced them just last week in Minnesota, dominated the Twins. 1 run on 7 hits and 8 innings of work. But I think Minnesota has the chance now to fare better against Tanaka this time around. They're going to get a second look at him in a week's time. Usually that's a benefit to the hitters, can have a better approach at the plate. So I think there's a chance here we could see a better outing and a better showing here from the Minnesota lineup against Masahiro Tanaka in this particular game. I'm sure as hell not betting a Minnesota game under the total right now. That much I can tell you. It's over or nothing. Haven't decided if I'm going to pull the trigger on this one over the total yet, but it's certainly the lean, and it's the only way I'd bet it from a totals perspective, as this Minnesota over the total streak that they're on has reached absolutely epic heights, and we'll see how long it can continue. Cleveland and Detroit, Salazar and Zimmerman. One pitcher is on the upward climb. That's Salazar. One's on the downward slope, and that's Jordan Zimmerman. Jordan Zimmerman had very good numbers to start the year from an ERA perspective, but his peripherals, his advanced metrics, FIP, XFIP, the whole bit, were a reflection that this guy can't continue to pitch at the level he was, and he's definitely regressed in his last few starts, been hit around a little bit, been hit around quite a bit. And the Cleveland Indians are red hot. They're hitting, they're pitching well. Hell, Trevor Bauer is finally showing consistency, and the Indians have been waiting for that to happen for years. That tells you how good of a zone they're in right now. I think they're a hot team right now, pitching well, hitting well. Bullpen's been solid. I like Cleveland a lot. I think this team's looking scary right now. Leaders of this division at the moment, the AL Central. You get them now at about an even money price, minus 101, minus 103, minus 105 in that range. Pretty cheap when Salazar is in better form right now than Zimmerman. I'll definitely have some kind of bet on Cleveland on Friday night, the Indians to take down the Tigers at Comerica Park. That's going to do it. That will wrap up things for me. As always, if there's any games I did not discuss in this video, leave a comment in this comment section below, and I'll try to answer your questions on any game I did not cover in this video. That will do it for your look at MLB overnight lines for the games on Friday, June 24th. I'm Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review. As always, check out sportsbookreview.com every day for the latest in quality sports betting information. And until next time, enjoy the games and good luck.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.